What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the post-mortem of the game where we have somehow just managed to lose 4-3. No idea how that's fucking happened. It's absolutely pathetic from the players, how you can leave Cole Palmer in that much space towards the end of the game, completely switched off. I mean, I don't know I can't even fathom the last 10 minutes. I don't know what happened, genuinely, apart from that Cole Palmer goal. It's hard for me to remember, but there was definitely a couple of goals in extra time. It's a fucking shambolic disgrace. I'm done with the players. I'm done with the manager. Sam, give me your thoughts and feelings on that game, man, because I feel like I'm going to lose my fucking head watching that.
I mean, where'd you fucking start with that game? Like, where'd you start? Like, you go down 2-0 and you're like, here we go. Like, this is the United I know and hate, and we fight back, and you think, oh, there might be something on here. We might be able to actually fight back our way. It wasn't fantastic. Like, the midfield just seemed like more of a suggestion at times, like to steal Carl Anker's line that he tweeted out.
Yeah,
just didn't seem to exist at all. It just seemed to be two teams defending very poorly and just relying on the attackers to sort of score goals. And then, yeah, to concede, we'll get into detail on the penalties and stuff like that, but to let you 3-2 and you're relatively in control, and to let that slip, that's on the players. That players just pathetic, not being able to hold on to a lead. How many times have we seen that this season? Chucking away leads, like every fucking game. I'm over this season, man. I'm over it. Really, really, really over it.
I'm starting to lose fucking words to describe this team. Honestly, Sam, I think the shots conceded, the end-to-end nature, just a wild game, a wild setup.
No control.
No control, but even to go 2-0 down to Chelsea in the first place when they're 11th place in the team and they've been slapped by the majority of people. They've been horrendous. They've been worse than us. So to go 2-0 down in the first instance is unacceptable. Then they bring it back. It goes to 3-2 with a couple of, good goals from Garnacho and Bruno. And you think, fantastic. Look, we've had a shit start, but we've managed to bring it back and we've got back in. It is what it is. We'll take the 3 points at Stamford Bridge, which is always a tough place to go regardless. We take the points and we'll move on. No. These players have different plans because they are mentally weak. They are so weak mentally. How many times this season have we seen that where they can just completely capitulate within seconds? I don't understand it.
I don't know who's worse at it. Chelsea have done it multiple times this season, and we do it multiple times this season. And it just we never seem to learn. We never seem to actually learn our lesson and go, oh yeah, you remember when this happened last time in this game and we didn't shut it down? Maybe we should do that this game. Maybe we should slow the ball down, put it in the corner, just put your foot on it and just take the pressure off the game. But now we'll just continue on with this chaotic push through style for no reason and just allow teams to come back into the game. And the penalty, the last penalty is not a penalty. It's not.
Oh, with Dallo, you mean?
Yeah.
It was soft, wasn't it? I think.
It's fucking ridiculous. And then to allow Cole Palmer on the edge of her own box, unmarked, no one pressing him, no one pushing him, no one thing, and he gets a free shot at goal and it deflects and goes in. And you're just like, why? This is one of the worst teams in the league, and you play like that. It's just, Mark Critchley's put a quote here, said, hard to not to enjoy this chaotic style when it works, hard to justify it when it doesn't, but hardest of all to see when it's ever supposed to win games consistently.
No, there's no...
There you go.
There's no longevity in it whatsoever. If you ever wanted a showcase of how bad both teams are and where the deficiencies are, watch that game back. Now, for a neutral, I'm sure there's people sat at home saying,
fun.
fucking hell,
yeah,
that was a fantastic game.
But we've
seen this week in, week out, and this is where I am getting to my wit's end with the manager. I am. Because this is not sustainable. You can't keep playing like this. We've got Liverpool next. Liverpool at the weekend.
Forget Liverpool, mate. We've got Coventry in the cup.
Equally, it's just, it was such an example of why both teams were poor, just giving away the ball. Casado, first and foremost, giving it away in the middle of the park on their park, just completely turned the game on its head. Then the defending from us at certain situations, just the lack of awareness from any of the players. Casemiro as well, there's plenty of things to discuss on this, by the way, so just fucking buckle up.
Casemiro, mate.
Plenty of things. What a fucking dinosaur he is. People are talking about as his leg fell off. He's got none. He's not fell off. He's got none at
Do you
all.
see him jogging? Do you see him jogging back? By the way, I was
He's.
in the pub and I was screaming. I was fucking screaming.
I
At
don't
him.
think he's jogging.
Like,
though. I think that's his full pace. Genuinely, I think
Jesus
he's
Christ.
trying to get back. He's going to be in the new Jurassic Park because he is a fucking dinosaur. He's dropped off so much. And when you've got runners like Conor Gallagher, Casado, Enzo, these kind of guys who just counteracted on it every single time they got it in the middle of the park, they were just exposing him every single time.
He made Ericsson look like Usain Bolt at times. Like Ericsson's slow as fuck, but Jesus Christ, man! Like he was useless. Like I felt sorry for Højlund, man. Jesus Christ, that poor kid.
I hardly see him get a touch.
That's what I'm saying. Like nobody's giving him the ball. Like nobody.
I'm not sure why they're taking him off either. That was he. Has he got carrying a knock, or is he thinking about Liverpool, or
maybe?
In fairness to him, Sam, though, I'm not going to justify that performance at all in any shape or form. I'm just saying, you had centre backs. Varane clearly had a problem because Chelsea had a problem. Had an attack in the first half, and I think it was like the last 10 minutes, and Varane was just like fucking struggling.
He's holding his groin money.
Yeah, which could be out for quite a bit if it's kind of significant. And then Evans comes on. Yeah, and it's like, no, boss, I need to go now as well. And like, if we got Camboala, if Camboala would have gone, or if Maguire would have pulled up with something, it's just like, who'd you go? That's it. All our centre backs done and dusted, injured.
You can't write this shit, can you?
Like, you really can't.
Like, if you wrote this in a script and go, "This is how the game's gonna go," people would be like, "You're out your fucking mind. Shut the fuck. Like, this ain't happening."
That was genuinely a real life FIFA game. A real life FIFA game. End to end, back and forth, no control, no structure. Just let's see. I said to my girlfriend at the time, Sam said it's like they both looked at each other and went, let's see who is the shittest. Let's just go at it and let's just see what happens.
Let's forget midfield. Let's not bother with that because nobody's interested in the midfield. Let's just bypass that entirely and let's just allow the defence to allow attackers to do whatever they want. And continuously, that's what happened. And I'm just, how do you build? Like, how do you pick the players up from this game to then play Liverpool on Sunday? Like, how do you do that?
You can't.
You chucked a game away twice. And you managed to get back into it and was winning 3-2 with... by the way, how the fuck they got 8 minutes? I don't know where they got it from.
No idea. I'm sure Tanago mentioned that in his fucking post-match analysis.
And then you chuck it away again in injury time. And then you wanted the team to get up for Liverpool. These players who are just continuously chucking the towel in every single game. Like, it's fucking pathetic, man.
This is it, Sam. They're talking about them being physically exhausted because of the training, the intensity, the amount of games that they're playing. And obviously, whether it's the manager or whether it's something else, that's a completely different debate, right? I mean, it's a completely different show. But you've got to think as well, they have to be mentally struggling. Because when you're involved in games like that, it doesn't just take your physical side of it, it takes your whole emotion out of your body because you've gone from winning the game, coming back from 2-0 down, 3-2, to losing it in 10 minutes. So you must be sat there thinking, like, as a player, I've give everything in this game. Garnacho was probably sat on the bench because he was pissed off when he went off anyway.
Yeah, he looked it.
And he's probably sat there now saying, you shouldn't fucking take me off. I knew you shouldn't have done this. I thought Mount, in fairness, when he came on, looked really good. First time passing, combinations, getting stuck in. United are the only team in the world who can do that.
He got one off the line as well when Chelsea went on that attack. He was like going through the 6-yard box. He took it off the line. I was like, yeah, looks good. We shut this game down. And literally, my mate was at the pub with me, who's a Liverpool fan. He's like, I'm going to go toilet, and we'll go. It looks like you're going to win this game. And he came back, and it was 4-3.
Oh, yeah. Hold your horses, mate. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I've got a stat for you here, Sam. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Manchester United have conceded 109 shots in the last 4 Premier League games. 27 against City, 23 against Everton, 31 against Brentford, and 28 shots against Chelsea.
How do you expect to win games?
You can't.
How do you expect to win any game facing that amount of shots?
I'd be really interested to see what Sir Jim Ratcliffe is thinking at this point in time, because obviously he was at the game, he was at the stadium, and he was watching it. Sam, I know you and like myself has been consistent with the manager and stuck by him through the majority of things, this is really, really hard for me to justify or back or accept off the back of that. Losing to Chelsea.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like anybody who's maybe they already had something against Ten Hag and this has cemented it, or maybe they were supporting Ten Hag all the way and now they're sort of swaying on that side of it, much like yourself. I get it. Like I really do. I understand it completely. I think the manager's got a lot to take the blame for. There's a lot of stuff in there where he needs to sort of stand up and be like, what I'm tactically, whatever it is he's doing or not doing, is not working. It's not working. Like he said, he was unconcerned by the amount of shots faced in games because we're still winning games and stuff. Well, you've just faced 28 shots in that game and we've lost 4-3. Can you seriously say if we'd faced less than 28 shots, we lose that game? I don't think we do. Like, it's a weird thing, but there's a Twitter account I follow. It's called, I shared it in the group chat, Devil's DNA. There's an article on there, and he does a thread about how Ten Hag and how he differs from Pep Guardiola. I'll try and make it short because it's a long thread. But Pep Guardiola came to the Premier League, and he realised he couldn't play his style because the Premier League is so much more physical and more demanding. So he realised he needed to get players of that ilk in. So he got like Yaya Toure and people like that in. He's got players like Haaland, Rodri, that kind of stuff into the team to make his system work. Ten Hag is still trying to play his system, but he's not realised the physicality and the demands of it. And the players he's brought in don't fit that. Casemiro, not up to it. Anthony's not up to it.
Anthony was good today, though.
He was good, but
he was good.
He's the demand.
The majority of the
season
season
is it. Mason Mount, question marks over it. Lissandro, do we need to worry about him now? Because obviously the physical demand is taking a toll. He was not injured. I think he was injured once for Ajax.
Yeah.
In his 3 years.
9 games or something, I think it was.
9 games, and now he's been injured 3 times
in
1 season. Like, is that a worry? And it's Luke Shaw. There's a combination of the players being expected to run miles and miles and miles on the pitch to cover this transitional style. And we've heard the training intensity is super high as well on top of that. And then maybe we're rushing players back on top of that. And then there's another thing where he's relying on specific players to play his system. So when those specific players aren't available, the system breaks down. So when you've not got Lissandro available, when you've not got Luke Shaw available, the system breaks down. Rather than what Klopp and Pep do is train a system and players are able to drop in and drop out. And it doesn't really matter. The system works because he works on the system rather than players fitting specifically to the system. So go check that thread out, Devil's DNA. It's really fascinating. I think that's what's happening here. And if he continues on with his, what's the word? Stubborn agenda, he's going to lose his job. It'll cost him his job. And that's where he's at right now. If he continues on with this, it will cost him his job.
Yeah. I'm just going to read out a couple of comments because quite a few. HMJ United says that referee wants sacking, biggest farce since that Liverpool one joke. It's Sam saying, how do you concede in that manner? Yeah, it's one that we were looking back for a while saying, what the fuck is going on there? I had the shades of Liverpool when they did it with Origa against Barcelona. Muplisa says the first penalty was just a favour for the referee. I do think it was soft. I also think Dalot didn't help himself because he was kind of like just stayed on the ground. He should have maybe contended it a little bit and just said, "Whoa, hold on a minute." Like, I'm not sure if that was or not, but look, it doesn't matter because in the manner that we lost the game, it was inevitable anyway. The way we was playing, you can't do that back and forth football and take 20, 30 shots a game. The law of averages will just tell you that. Forget any kind of football knowledge.
Before you read a few more comments,
yeah.
I want to ask everybody who's watching and yourself, has there been one single game where we've controlled it all the way through and won, like 1-2-0?
No.
I can't think. There isn't one.
I can think of halves, like 45 minutes.
Not a full game.
Wolves, for example, 45 minutes controlled, but never for a full 90 minutes.
You can't win trophies. You can't win titles playing that. Like, it's not possible.
I was just looking at the Premier League table, and I'll read out some more comments, so please get your thoughts in, because I want as many as possible, and I'll read them all out. United sit on 48 points. I mean, we would have been on 51, 6 points behind Spurs, which is still dangling a carrot for Champions League.
Both dropped points as well. They both dropped points. Like,
Sorry, might mute that. Yeah, you're right. We're on 48, Spurs on 57. So we're 9 points behind Spurs at the minute, 10 points behind Villa, but a game in hand on Villa as well. Chelsea move up to 10th on 43 points. So Chelsea are 5 points behind us with a game in hand.
They could be 2 points behind us.
Yeah, if they win the next game, which is just just crazy, absolutely crazy. Right, let's read out some more comments and see what the people are saying. Do smash a like on the video if you think that was a bag of shit as well. MUFC, Manchester United played well until we lost. I don't think we did.
Where? Tell me where.
There was players who had, I think Garnacho and Antony specifically were good. I thought Mount was good when he came on.
There was moments to play.
Yeah. I wouldn't say we played well as a team, I don't think. Andy Williams, I know Casemiro can't run, but why the hell is he expected to run 30 yards every 5 seconds? Listen, there's no defending Casemiro in that game. You could be the biggest Casemiro fan on the planet. Go watch that game back and watch how many times players are they're not even at full pace. They're just going past him, and he's struggling. It was like Eriksen last year. Do you remember when we said it after the game?
Yeah.
They're gone. They're gone. Completely. For me, UTFR's in the chat. Big up UTFR says, for me, that's down to Ten Hag tactics. We cannot play this type of football. I agree. I'd like to see Rashford team map, says UTFR. United Forever says the referee in VAR was a disgrace. The first penalty itself is questionable, but the second one, especially for me, is a complete joke. Sam says, I can see him getting the sack Sunday. I mean, it's going to be in it. It's inevitable if we get beat by Liverpool.
If it's a game like we've just seen,
it's a battering, isn't it?
I don't know how you can argue against it.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
There isn't an argument for it. We were minutes away from applauding this United performance. That's what angers me. But that's how it's been.
I would have applauded that.
Do you know? I wouldn't have applauded it, but I would have commended him. Yeah,
I would have been happy with a win.
For bringing it back, because you go from the mentality that's fantastic to go to 2 down and bring it back to then the next stage you're like they've crumbled. They're pathetic. They're weak as fuck mentally. They've done this in so many games.
All season
they have done this.
Bulls, Villa, Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Name it.
Like quick consecutive goals within minutes. 10 minutes. Do you remember we said that, I think, like 6 months ago?
20 minutes.
It was like,
20 minutes.
Yeah, within 10, 20 minutes, they can concede 2 easily. Happened in multiple games all season. Sam, there's no way we're winning on Sunday. Nope.
No.
Tim99 says, I think we can still be successful with this manager, but I accept results are bad. I find it hard to look. I can't look past that. I really can't.
He's going to have to change something fucking drastically in the last... How many games have we got left? 8 games in the Premier League? 9 games? He's going to have to change something drastically, and it may be too late. It might be too late.
Well, they're not getting Champions League football, and even, maybe we'll get past Coventry.
Not winning the
But if you are playing Man City in the final,
no.
It's curtains. It's curtains. Crystal Palace FA Cup game was the best all season. Yeah, a couple of people mentioning the Palace one. Keep Erik ten Hag or you'll go backwards. I'm not going into depth. Simon, go into depth, mate. Elaborate if you feel like that. If you're dropping 13 points from winning positions and you don't deserve anything, agree. Mainu, Bruno, Mount against Liverpool, please.
HMJ United is Henry Jones, by the way. He's got a new account.
Right.
Quoted on the thing.
Awesome. Yeah. Where do we go from here? That's the question. Life as a United fan really, really is a roller coaster. It's so hard. I absolutely love this club. I love this channel, but supporting United is almost a fucking chore in it, Sam. It's
if you don't have mental health problems or anxiety or whatever, be a United fan because you'll soon develop them. Because watching them is not a fucking pleasant experience. And it hasn't been for a long time. Yeah. And there was so many issues before the Ten Hag thing.
Yeah.
And the Ten Hag was probably the one thing we all agreed on last season. This is the manager to take us forward, but there's several question marks over players and stuff. And now we're at the point where it's like we've got to replace all these players and possibly the manager.
Again.
For fuck's sake, man. Do we need another issue at this club? Fucking hell.
A couple of quotes from the manager himself. We started poor, giving the ball away, defending poorly for the first 2 goals, and then we dominated the game and we were brilliant. We deserve to win this game, but you can't give it away like we did. I won't say we dominated it. I don't know what you're smoking.
It was end to end.
Completely disagree. There's no domination in there. We have to manage the last minutes of this game better. It's a team performance, and you can point to players, but it is a team. When it is chaotic, you have to deal with it.
Why is it chaotic, Eric? Why are you allowing it to be chaotic? Why are you allowing this to be end to end and being like fucking chaos on the pitch? Why are you not like actively trying to control? Make it boring. Control it. Shut it down. Like just make it. Put some sort of control. I've not seen us control the game like all season, and it's just like, where's these 2-0 wins? Where's these 1-0 like wins where you just shut the game? Like it doesn't happen. And this is what you get. Like if you don't put these performances in, like you get these sort of results where like people are like, oh, it's like being ripped away from you. But in the end, if you look at the performance, you didn't deserve to win if you play like that.
No, you really don't. I am not looking forward to doing this pros and cons because there's so much. I'm gonna have to go watch that back again because, like I said, because it was so chaotic and so end to end. There's probably things that we've not even touched on and not even discussed. Yeah. So I'm going to do a real deep dive and watch that back.
It's a shame as well because there was some good things in there, like that Bruno header. Fantastic goal with a cross from Dallo. Really fucking good goal. The Anthony assist for the Garnacho goal. Fucking great. Like,
fantastic.
Really good assist. There was some great stuff in there. And we just fucked it all up, pissed it all up the wall because we decided, I can't be bothered to close down Cole Palmer on the edge of the box and let him have a free shot. Can't be bothered to sort of like let players run past us and not bother to tackle them. Do you know what I mean? It's just we bring it on ourselves, man, and it's difficult, man. It's really fucking difficult to sort of
articulate how you're feeling in it when it's such an emotional.
There's that, and then pull anything positive because I try my best not to be one of these emotional clickbait channels. Yeah. And these people just go, fuck it, I don't want to be that guy. But like when you watch games like that, you're like, fucking hell, man. Like, how do you be calm and analytical on that when it's chaos, like utter chaos?
I can be positive about a couple of things. I think Mount, like I said before, in my personal opinion, I thought Mount was really good when he came on. I thought probably Anthony's best performance in the United shirt, or at least up there, in my opinion.
Garnacho
I don't think
good.
Garnacho was really good. I don't think it looks good the way, if you look at the way Garnacho and Højlund, the look on their faces when they came off, they look really pissed off. I don't know. I sense something's going on at the club again. I feel some players are not happy, and rightfully so. You can't, when you're playing in a game like that, if you're one of them players, you're like, why can't we just control it for 20 minutes? Why can't we just, bring a couple people back? Yeah.
Just make it boring.
Yeah. Just keep hold of the ball, manage the game, and situations. Well, it's like that attack was so naive towards the end that it was like, right,
idiots.
3-3, everyone push forward, and then you leave like, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's the reason, like the Liverpool game in the FA Cup, the reason they lost that game is not because we were great, it's because they decided to commit every man forward and throw the kitchen sink at it, and we counted on it and won the game. And it's exactly what our attack do. Instead of going, we're 3-2 up, we need to win this game. We need to get 3 points. Let's close it down. Let's sit back a little bit. Let's keep possession. And if Chelsea commit forward, then we'll go. But no, it's just gung-ho, chaotic, end-to-end football. And instead of just controlling the game, seeing it out, taking the 3-2 and getting the 3 points. That's what professional teams do.
Yeah.
And like you said, naivety and lack of professionalism, in my opinion. And that's down to players, but it's also down to the manager as well. Like, not getting his players to react the correct way. Like, I get you want to play exciting football, but at the cost of like losing a game, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll read out a couple more comments. It's Sam. Amrabat on the bench, like for like, sub Casemiro. Why is he not playing? Again, I was going through the same thought process, but like Henry said, he's been shit, Amrabat. So it's always people who aren't playing who seem to be the answer, but he has been dreadful. If you're Sir Jim, you ain't giving Ten Hag the price of a taxi. HMJ, and whoever said the other day about Gallagher scoring is cursed. Who said that? Is that one of us? Who said it?
Not me, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd like the season to end now. Wouldn't we all, UTFR? Wouldn't we all? If I'm honest, I'm totally done with the season. I've got tickets for the semis as well. Good luck in that one. Kamikaze football. Get Josie until the end of the season. Jesus Christ.
God, please, no.
Jesus.
Please, no.
And then
Don't need that in
NT
my life.
says, I think I'm in the minority or maybe even completely alone in this, but I'm neither surprised or even bothered about this result. We've seen this sort of thing a lot this season. I think you are in the minority with that one, to be honest.
I'm not surprised about it because we've seen it multiple times this season, but I'm definitely bothered by it. I'm definitely bothered by it because, flawed or not, I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm emotionally invested in this club. So, like, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not surprised by it. But yeah, definitely affected by it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fallout after this game. I'm sure you're going to see Samuel Luckhurst with his usual fucking negative tweet and putting it out there, and plenty to digest as well. So please do come and tune in for the pros and cons tomorrow. I'll be dropping that as like a pre-record, and we'll be live anyway, to kind of digest it a little bit more. But please do come and tune in for that.
We've got, you know what we've got to do tomorrow as well?
What?
Liverpool preview.
Oh yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, with this Chelsea cloud hanging over our necks. But again, would it surprise you, Sam, if we went and beat Liverpool?
No.
That's how weird this team is. They're just so flippant.
It's just, you know, like I don't like every time we do like a score prediction or like thing. I'm genuinely just throwing darts at a board in the dark at this point because I've no idea. I literally have no idea what's going to happen with United, and that tonight just summed it up. Really, pretty much summed it up.
Food for thought, for sure. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in because it's always hard when you've watched a game like that. The last thing you want, in a sense, is to listen to any more of it or to think about it. You kind of just want to become numb and ignore it all. But this is life as a United fan. The lows and the highs, but there's been plenty of lows this season. And I don't know where we go from here, to be honest. I'd be interested to see the reports that come out. You're going to see it about the manager, about the players, certain players unhappy and da-da. But you know, it's everyone as a collective who's been pretty disappointing tonight, I would say. So, yeah. Unless you have anything else to say, Sam, I think we can leave it at that.
No. Yeah. Liverpool preview tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday, and to be honest, I don't think any of us do. But yeah, check out Nick's pros and cons. I'm sure that'll be interesting, to say the least. God knows how the fuck you correlate that and put that into a list. But
no, I'm not looking forward to it. But
yeah, check out new shows from today. There's a couple of interesting tidbits with Sheikh Jassim. I thought I'd seen the last of that guy, but he's back again. So yeah, go check them out. And then yeah, we'll see you this weekend for more exciting United absolute chaos, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do us a favour, leave a comment in for us and we'll look at it after the show. Would you keep Erik ten Hag at Manchester United? Just yes or no. Get it in the comments, and we'll do a poll. Yeah. Everyone, take it easy. At least we've not managed to ruin our weekend because it's not technically weekend yet. But there's still plenty of time for Liverpool to do that.
Sunday, that'll happen.
Right, take it easy, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you haven't done already. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in due course. See you in a bit.
Peace.